What is going on, you dead set legends, and welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling show on the planet. I dare you to tell me otherwise. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and as always, I'm hanging and banging, slinging and slanging, jaw jacking and wrist cracking with the number one trophy on the planet that can never be stripped from me. That's right. A little bit of a teaser of what we'll be talking about later on in the program. Mwah. This beautiful specimen of a thing. A few things to talk about. We saw the practice pool with Devon and Levan. Is there more to come? Was that just it? Was it overhyped? Should we not read too much into it? There was a lot going on, and then there was nothing going on. But we'll get to that as well. And, of course, Alizhan Muratov fires at the EVW owners about the stripping of his world titles. So as I sip my coffee and some of you sip the tea, have a chat. Give us a ready bang in the comments. Because shit is about to go down, and I just don't care anymore. Right. Got to say hi to everyone, including Martin G. Blast. I think it's gone. I don't know if it's... Anyway. What's going on, Martin? Erican says, Alizhan is lying, claiming he didn't decline matches. Getting me saucy there. Magic 76er says, I wonder where Alizhan got all of that from. As if the number two always only faces number one. Has he never seen any other matches? Jerry Levan, Hermes Levan, and so on. Drunk Eddie's in there with a ready bang. Can of Foster's. Come on, Aussie, let's go. Talk about the big 50K left only puller. Says fried chicken and rice. We will. And of course, we've got Richard Genix. I don't know what's going on with my StreamYard. It goes back and forth. It has your actual YouTube names, then it doesn't, and it does, and it doesn't. Benji Mac is in the house. What's going on? The Benjamin Macaroni. Hope you're doing well, bud. Just loving your success lately. No word of a lie. Absolutely loving it. I remember Benji at the first... Fun little Benji Mac story for everyone. At the very first, years ago, the Devon and Levan thing, I asked all the elite athletes, give me a prediction. I don't think I ran a competition. I think I was just talking with Benji, and I was like, Benji, give me one, and I'll chuck it in the video. So just seeing Benji go on to big things. Very happy for you, buddy. Very, very happy for you. We got the crazy one, crazy Uncle Jim. In the house. Alizhan v. Devon. We'll get to that as well. We got the ready bang. It is all happening. And of course, my favorite Norwegian couple, Beata and Rikard. They're in there. Ready bang. We've got Alex Linebrink. It's all happening. It's all happening, including Phil Woody. So, where do we start? Well, we got the practice pool. We got it here. There it is. I know some people weren't overly happy with it. What's a better one? That one? Nah, let's go that one. Because they were sitting down, they weren't on a table, and it's like, well, what is going on? What is going on there? So during the video, Devon kept saying tomorrow night. So we might get some more. They might have jumped up again because remember at the end of the video, Erdemies come on, and when Erdemies was on the show, he was saying maybe this, maybe that. You know, Devon beat me, I beat Devon. It doesn't really count. I thought, like when I first made my little video talking about it, I was like, yeah, look, it's all right. It's all about context. Now, if you have someone that's either new to us, so real deep arm wrestling fans will think this was terrible. It was overhyped. Really nothing to see. But if you're new to arm wrestling, then I can see how you are hyping this up. Art is in, what is it? The eye of the beholder. So a newer arm wrestling fan would be like, oh, this is amazing. Devon and Levan gripped up and they had a crack. So I'm trying to give it a pass because I'm just a lovely guy. So I'm trying to give it a pass because it was hyped behind the scenes. Someone, I think it was 2 or 3 people in there, don't film, stop filming, and everyone's just got their cameras out. It was talked about using it for hype videos and things like that, and then in the end, it was just released a couple of weeks later. So, yeah, where do we put it? As always, it just depends who you are. A lot of people were expecting, and that's the problem we get as arm wrestling fans. A lot of us we hear what we want to hear. We only hear bits and pieces of what people say on the YouTube or interviews or videos, and we only hear bits and pieces, and we interpret it any way we want. So everyone, and there still might be videos to come, but everyone was hoping for a big grind out 30-minute session, Devon and Levan going hammer and tong, and when it's talked up by the owner, that's the the fine line that we take. You have to, for me, what I've learned over the years, you have to take in context the person hyping it up. For instance, at the last East versus West, when I saw everyone pick Jerry, straight away, I was like, no one thinks Jerry wins this one. They're just trying to hype it up. So I didn't believe Devon and Erdemy's prediction for Vitali and Levan. When this was being hyped up, I was like, oh, okay. Because I didn't hear Coach Ray talk about it much. Erdemy's wasn't sold on it. So, I was like, oh, okay. So when this was released, I was thinking this isn't going to be much, and that's fine by me. So just remember of the person that is hyping it up. What the underlying goal is. If they're new to the sport, then to them, this was fantastic. And this was incredible. And it was number 1 and number 2 on the program going head to head. So I get that aspect. So that's why for me, I didn't feel let down or disappointed. Not the only negative thing, but the one thing I could quite possibly be comfortable in saying is Levan crushes Vitali. I personally think this video has hurt it. Now, that's me overthinking into practice pools. They're sitting down. They don't have a table. But Levan's just doing whatever he likes. He's the king in the super heavyweight division, and we are just living in it. It was, it just depends where your hype radar was. And I try and play devil's advocate with things like this because you don't want to release it during the event because you don't want it to take over the athletes that have trained and said their prayers and ate their vitamins and got all their ducks in a row in order to, they're the ones trying to sell you the pay-per-view with the matches. So I get why it's been released a bit later. Was it over talked about? Yeah, probably. Unless there's more to come. Now, if at the end of the video, if it went boom, boom, more to come, and you see like Erdemy's and Levan, you see Devon and Levan at a table, then I'd be like, oh, we could be on here. We could be on here. So a little bit of a take there. Let's say you guys, what up the Armenian one? He's always hanging and banging. Lots of hype for nothing. Yes or no? My pleasure, buddy. My pleasure. I hope you crush it. Really hope you crush it. Like my practice footage they used in the video release and the behind the scenes of Devon asking, oh, was that all your footage, mate? Oh, well done. There you go. A little bit of tidbit for you, everyone, there in the comments. So a lot of that is Benji stuff. Okay. My favourite was, I don't know, it was the first one was to fire the shot. But all I heard was, no filming, guys. No filming when Devon and Levan jumped on again. And then you see everyone like, just go, fucking, all right, Dad. And, you know, the phones were just coming out anywhere and everywhere. And I assume you were doing a lot of filming, Benji. So I did have a bit of chuckle at that. So, but you know, lesson learned. Don't have a room full of people. But yeah, if there's more footage, fantastic. We'll all watch it. We'll all dissect it, and we'll all hope for the best. Can it be used for hype videos coming up? Maybe. Not too sure. Not too sure. Chubba Knuckles quickly says, sport needs fresh blood at the top. I get it, but no one's beating them. Like no one's beating Levan. Devon's only losing to Levan. Erdemys is only losing to Devon and Levan. So, Vitali's the next bit, but he's been around for a very long time. So it's hard. Like, I get it. We need new people. But when Toddzilla's 61 years old and he's whooping everybody, it's hard to get fresh new blood because there's a reason why these guys are the best in the world. You know, is it the only sport where we want fresh new blood? You know, like when Steph Curry's dropping threes and Golden State Warriors are winning all the time. Oh, we need new blood. When Tom Brady was doing his thing, all the Bulls. Like I get it, but and you say this, it's stagnated, scour the lands for prospect, but we just don't have any money. We just don't have any money to do that. Hello, strong farmhand. Do you want to stop your six-figure farm work to have a crack at a sport where we all attack each other, where you'll hurt for days and you won't get paid that much? Oh, you'll have to start a YouTube channel as well because that's how you make your money. Yeah, it's just not happening until we can hit the next tier and it's in an Olympic sport, and it's just not happening. The only time we get how do I put it? We just need a lot of government funding, and that's not happening. Yeah, Luke, come stop your intense farm work that's feeding the nation. Well, what happens is that I think pronate attendant, it kind of ties into this. Tournaments and super matches are so different. So you've got to win a tournament to hopefully qualify. And we know over time a lot of people have qualified, but they just haven't got a match on there. And then, we all say we need new blood, we need new blood. So just say East versus West 22, new blood rising. And then all of a sudden, they sell 100 pay-per-views because the internet will go, East versus West is shit. They've got no names on the card. We don't know any of these people. And then suddenly, East versus West has flown everyone to, I think the next one's in Austria, for argument's sake. So it's a catch-22. It's a real catch-22. So, but from my perspective, when I watched this, I thought Levan's going to crush Vitali. Sorry, Vitali. Love you, buddy. Love whenever these two grip up. Love the excitement from Devon when Levan agreed. Because I think it's hey, a part of me is Levan's, he was brought over as a special guest. He was probably just hanging out in his hotel room. He's grabbed something to eat. He's happy to come out and wave and save autographs. I wonder if they just said, man, you got to give us something. Give us something. We've brought you over here to Switzerland as a guest. Give us something. Jump on the table. And we'll go from there. So I thought it was relatively cool from my perspective. Annie Beckett, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? Yeah, I'm saying instead of 6 hours of the same people, dedicate the first 3 hours to having 3 tables on stage. For a tournament or the prelims? So like Minder and Daniel Prokopchik was just announced, or Paul Lynn and Bogdan. Are you counting them as a prelim? I mean, it's no disrespect to them. I'm just thinking because like matches and matches, Jason Merlot's at East versus West. So it's like, do you chuck them on? And like I've been I was at an event in Norway where they had 2 tables going for super matches. Round 1, round 1, round 2, round 2, round 3, round 3, and so on to try and get through 15, 16 matches quicker. I know I remember Toddzilla saying that quite a while ago, and I saw it firsthand, and I didn't mind it because not much happens in between rounds anymore. Breathing, rubbing of the arm, and plonked in a chair. So if you go, you got Jason Merlot on table 1, you got Pauline Bogdan 2. So it's like round 1, boom, and they go at it. Then it's round 1 over here. Round 2, round 2, round 3, round 3. Now, that would be good for the first half. And it's like, right, everyone, head over, buy the pay-per-view for the 5 main event matches. Jerry and Camille, Michael Todd, and Svetkov. Oh, I better check my Instagram, actually. Just trying to work out a time with Svetkov to come on the show. Which I'm... Okay, we'll get back to that. Also, make sure you head over to my Facebook. I'm pumping out some content. Hit the like button while you're at it. Right, quickly before... It's hard because I understand where you're coming from. Where they're kind of almost getting it wrong is, okay, the winners of the Swiss Open. I've got to go check the Swiss Open. But they wouldn't be in the top 10, top 15, or maybe even top 20. But they've won a tournament. And then you're not getting the best at the tournament because not everyone can fly to Switzerland. I would love to see James Wall, Mario Tambakis at those tournaments to see where they fit in. But yes, I do. But I also do believe there should be a qualification system where you win a match. That's where, and then you can get a crack at the top 15, top 20. No, well, you have 4 refs. You don't have the same ref for each one. You have, Bill and Haristo there, and then Oleg's and Alexander over here. You have different refs each time. See, I don't. I think it'd be great. I would love it. And I'd be very happy for Devon. I don't know if it would be. It would be fantastic for Devon. But who knows? I could be wrong. Yeah, but that's an easy fix because when you come into round 2, Luke, as a spectator, when you come into round 2, they do like they do now. Right. 1 foul or 1-0. That's an easy fix. Okay, so we have that. Now, that was a bit of fun. Right, let's get into this one here. Now, Alizhan has made some videos. He's fired back at the East versus West. Oh, sorry. Just this is very, very important. Okay. Sorry about that. So now this one here, Alizhan is a bit annoyed that they've said, right, you've got no... We got to strip you of your titles. Now, I made a video years ago saying that Levan was stripped of his number one ranking, and I got pasted. I said, Devon's now number one in the world for the time being until Levan comes. I've always said 12 months. I've always said 12 months. And surprise, surprise, East versus West is taking that into consideration. So I always said if you get injured, you've got like 3 months to do your injury, 3 months recovery, 6-month block for your next match. Alizhan was never injured. And I think I would believe he has been offered a lot of matches. Now, Alizhan is saying, we'll get to his post in a moment. But for me, you've got a year, 12 months, unless something catastrophic happens. And I don't want to even mention catastrophic examples because it has happened to arm wrestlers before. It has happened to us all in the chat and things like this. But if you have something catastrophic happen, you may get a pass. And it's just all about communication, which seems to be a bit of a breakdown in arm wrestling. But you're all lucky, the Aussie arm wrestlers here, to get this shit straight. I've said it for years. You got 12 months. Alizhan, buddy, you've got 2 options. You pull in December. And it's for the belts. You pick one. 115 kilo, 105 kilo. And just take on anyone. Now, I would be certain, and I would probably put my life on it, you have been offered matches, Mr. Muratov. 100%. Because the chat and the arm wrestling fans are begging for you to come back. Begging. Now, there was all that hype about 50K and everything like that. So, I get it. But if there are times where you just can't come to an agreement and you're not going to pull. Now, so I watched this, and then here was the response. Let me clarify one thing. Everything I said was only to explain why you cannot strip me of my titles. He's made a little 2-minute video. As for making exciting matches, so Alizhan believes you've got to qualify to number one. You've got to qualify. That's the wrong coffee. That's really cold. That was yesterday's coffee. So he feels that you just can't be at number 4. You've got to get to number 1. And it seems like it only is allowed in his division. So I think you're wrong on that one, Alizhan. As for making exciting matches, I fully support that. But threatening me with a title removal just to force me into a match is unnecessary and unprofessional. Only if it hasn't been communicated. Like, I think it just needs to be addressed now. Hey, everyone. Dear East versus West athletes, make a video, put it on the East versus West website, put it on the East versus West YouTube channel, and just let people know if you want to stay in the top 10 and you want to, stay in the top 10 or keep your belts, you got 12 months. You got to have a match every 12 months or you're gone. Offski, kaput, pure, out of it. That's my opinion. Right, we'll keep going. And then I'll get to your comments in just a moment. I've never asked for salaries like Levan or Devon. So now you're just taking pot shots at people. I get it. That's fine. I've never refused matches. That's where I'm confused. If you have they just not spoken to you for 12 months? Remember, Engen was still involved. Hasn't everyone just ditched him? Oh, I haven't seen him been invited to any podcasts lately. Bloody hell. His mates have just left him. But I'm sure that was still in the Engen era. November, yeah. Yeah, King of the Table sold in December. And I reckon he would have loved to have booked you in 1,000,000 matches. I can't believe that one. I do not fear anyone, whether it's Dada Khan or even Devon. It makes no difference to me. I always compete for the sporting challenge, not for comfort. And you want to be paid. So just if you're that good, just take all the matches. Ask for 20 grand a pop because you're the champ. Champ should get paid. I'm with you there. Ask for 20 grand a pop. Have 4 matches, 80 grand US, which USD. So 80,000. I don't know the cost of living, but that is 4,157,000. No, 41,571,800 Kazakhstani teng in a year. 41 million. But then again, I don't know how much things cost in Kazakhstan. But 41 million for a year of arm wrestling where you're not scared of anyone and you can whoop anyone. I don't know. Where was I? He talks about priorities, profit. He's an athlete first. You came into the sport recently and I'm already here. So please do not blame me or portray me as the problem. I kind of get that. I get that from Alizhan's side. I only ask for my training expenses to be covered and for my work to be respected. So that's where the underlying thing. So clearly, maybe that 50K was a real number, but it's like, that pays for me to be off work for 4 months. That pays for my flights, appearance, and everything like that. So maybe that's where the 50K comes in, the so-called 50K. But what you've done now, Alizhan, is we're talking about 41 million, and now we're at nothing. Come on, buddy. Look at Michael Toddzilla. Look at, no, I can't say Devon. Look at Dave Chafee. They all go back to work. Dave Chafee's a world champion. They all go back to work after they win. Why can't you? Come on, mate. If anyone's trying to earn extra money here, it's you by saving on honest athletes and then trying to make me look like the issue. Let's treat each other with respect and transparency. So let me scroll back and we'll get there. Armbender reckons, where'd that one go? He reckons that he's scared of Dada Khan. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I just don't see people getting scared. 12 months is super fair. Needed to get to the Olympics. Yes and no. Like, look at all the Olympic sports and how many of them, like, are really mainstream. Fencing, pole vault, Table tennis? Swimming? Diving? No, they're only good for the Olympics, the pentathlon. I think everyone's running. So, like, I get it. It'll be a great step. I don't think that's the ultimate answer. Am I coming to Norway in April? I hope so. I hope so. Erling has said, come. We had a phone call the other day. Finally. I'm impossible to get on a phone call. That's not Erling's fault. That is all my fault. So, fingers crossed. Yeah. How can he expect to be number one? How can he expect the number one to be available of all times? But 12 months, once in 12 months? Once in 12 months? You're fired and they're our promotional belts. Fuck off. Yeah, it's like that. I'm with you, Carl. I'm with you. Crazy Uncle Jim, as it should be to defend your title or lose it, 100%. Pronator, I'm 100% with you, Pronator. And I like that. I like that Devon come out and went, right, I'll take you now. Jump on, have a match, and I'll whoop you now. I'd pay it. You want to make money? That's where it's happening. Sorry, the phone's blowing up. Yeah, that's like, of course we'd love that. Yeah, I'll only pull the person that made it to number 2. I haven't refused a match. That's refusing a match. 80K in Kazakhstan. You're basically the king. So, Bob, you seem really angry at the moment. But the thing is with Gabby, one, she's always ready to compete. Always ready to compete. And two, women's arm wrestling is different. We're having 10, 15 men's matches every time and the occasional, maybe one woman's match every EVW. So Gabby would love to pull all the time. Gabby would love to defend her title 4 times a year and get paid. But we don't care. I don't want to say we don't care, but we don't care. We really, if you list 50 matches you would love to see right now, in the most respectful way possible, a women's match wouldn't pop up. It might, 1 out of the 50. You know what I mean? 10 of them would be Devon versus someone. And then Toddzilla changing weight, going up or down. Then a couple of lightweight rematches. I'm already up to 25. Then everyone in the top 10 pulling each other in the super heavyweights. Then you got the left hand. So that one's a bit different. Hey, what up, Roy? Hope you're doing well, Roy. Oh, I'd love to take Jess to Norway Beata, but our 2 girls, only I can be. Yeah, she won't come. What now? Here we go. Ozzy, I'm not sure why you're feeling the way you're feeling, but it sounds like you're a bit extreme with some of your comments. I'm a bit behind in the comments. What now? What now? It feels you were softer in your communication about others in the past. I feel like I've been the same the whole way through. I think people are only just noticing now. I've been exactly the same the whole way through. Ask Coach Ray. Ask Donna Dre. Ask them all. I think I've been exactly the same. I think people are only just starting to notice now, or maybe you're getting frustrated, not just you, but most people are getting frustrated with arm wrestling. And it's like, oh, okay, I didn't really notice that. I didn't really notice that. I feel I've been exactly the same the whole way. Right. What else is saying? Everyone's just having a chat with each other. No. No. The women want to pull all the time, Bob. They want to pull all the time. They want to defend the titles on the biggest stage. They want to do it. They're not denying matches or demanding more money. You get the Swedish crew. You get Gabby. You get them on there. Yep. I'll have them. When? Sorry, when? You want me to pull 3 times in a night? Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I know I'm fine, Chubba Knuckles. I know I'm fine. I just love it. I love it. Ozzy, I love the hair, mate. The bit that's left. Yeah. Ever since Scott Steiner shaved it, I've been keeping it. I've been keeping it a bit soft. I'm new to the sport. The sport's been great. The sport has been great. Yeah, that's right. Crazy Uncle Jim knows because he's been here since day one. Got to have a brief chat with Crazy Uncle Jim in Arizona this year. But yeah, so just looking at at Alizhan's response there, obviously I'm taking all of this with a grain of salt. I haven't seen the messages. I don't know who's saying what and what matches have officially been offered. I just know the last 4 or 5 months have been a shit show with communication. But things are looking good. Things are looking better. Things are looking like we're getting back to normal. I thought it looked really good in Switzerland. So I think we're rocking and rolling, everyone. So what do you think? 12 months. I think I've been saying 12 months for years. And if I had the time to go back through all my videos, I would show you Devon is the new number 1 in the world. Because it's been 12 months since Levan. Anytime I did a rankings video, people were like, well, where's this person? Or where's this person? I'm like, that motherfucker participated in 12 months. Gone. You'll have, literally just the last 15 minutes been talking about it. His comments are just there. So you'll have to. Gabby Barbora never happened on the left arm till recently. I have a hard time believing Gabby wasn't offered any match. I do. What do you mean? Of course. I don't think she was at all. I don't think. You know what a part of me thinks? I think they forgot. I think they just went, oh, yeah, okay, next event. No, we'll get Gabby at the next event. No, we'll get her at the next event. Yeah, we probably should have it. And Barbora, it was probably Barbora as well. She's been flat out busy ever since she won the right hand. She's competed in local tournaments. But yeah. I say 12 months, but I also think they should pull quarters, ideally, though some can't handle demand in the body. I think we should have at least 3 matches a year and then rotate them all, Like Paul Lynn gets it right. He takes time off the football season, comes in, pulls in America. I think the last couple of times he pulls in America, I could be wrong. He has time off and he pulls there. I like the champion. I think another problem that we have is we just have so many weight divisions. And then you got to do both hands. Like everyone compares us to UFC and everyone compares us, to boxing and all that. But they don't have, with boxing, you don't have a natural hand champion and a southpaw champion, or in the UFC. Now, you've only got the weight divisions. So it's bad enough, like, we've got so many champions with the weight divisions. Now we've got to go, not only do we have the weight divisions, we got to split him in half, and now we've got to do the left arm and the right arm. They don't even do that in 10-pin bowling. You just bowl. So, yeah. I get it. But like, we won 3 times a year, we won 4 times a year and everything like that. But all this shit, the main thing, a lot of this isn't happening. The main thing, we keep going to the well so many times, in my opinion, is cashola. Cash. No cash here, Robbo. Here, cash. No cash here. No cash. Costs a lot of money for these guys to put on events. Even at the local events. A lot of money. Smart businessmen don't just go, oh, it's arm wrestling. The fans want, Alizhan 4 times a year, and Devon 4 times a year, and Levan 4 times a year. And it's like, well, we're not really just going to lose $600,000 a year or more. So that's just the main thing. Good on East versus West. They want to have like 8 events next year. Brilliant. It's one every 6 weeks. Can they improve on a lot of things? Absolutely. But anytime I mention it, fucking hell, do some of you people have a sock? But it's, very interesting. Right, a few more questions. We'll get this one off. Any other questions about the practice pool? Any other questions? Let's have a look. How were those contracts done where they couldn't pull elsewhere yet were not given the matches? Example, MMT was begging for matches for 6 months. Was he paid regardless? He should have been paid. I hope he was paid. I hope he was paid. Or they don't say, hey, you get 3 matches a year, and then they go October, November, December, and then Michael's got to take the matches. But yeah. Yeah, my point, Crazy Uncle Jim, is we just have so many champions. You got to have 70 kilo left and right, 80 kilo left and right, 90 kilo left and right. And some people even go 95. I know we go like 75, 85 and whatever. There's just so many. We got so many champions. But yeah, it's different. That's just what's going on recently. Hey, good. Speaking of Michael Todd, good luck to his event on the weekend. He's got the Monster Factory coming up, which hopefully I'll be able to watch. I'm very, very tempted to do like a giant watch along, because there's the Monster Factory and the Major Arm Wrestling Championships, and they're going back to back. I believe they're on at different times, which is great. So make sure you go and support both of those ones. Yeah, it's good. It's it's really good. Of course, I want Devon to pull Alizhan. I do want Alizhan to pull. He's a very exciting puller, arguably the best left-hand puller in the world. So we need to see that. That's why we never call Levan number 1 on the left arm, because he never pulls the left arm. So we can't just give him the number 1 left arm. I'd love to see Alizhan pull. I hope it all gets sorted out. Hope they cross some T's, dot some I's, and hope he takes up the Devon Challenge in December. I hope this is all done just for hype. But you can't go to that well too many times where it's, But what do you guys think? Drop it in the comments. What do you guys think about this whole situation? It's and I'm hearing murmurs about GVW, but they're only murmurs, so I'm not going to say anything about that because I'm not going to put out any false things until I have it in writing. I think they've announced some matches for their next event in December. Does anyone care about that? Just quickly. I'll go on for about another 5 minutes, but does anyone actually care? It'll be interesting. So much arm wrestling coming up as well. It is fantastic. So not only have we got 2 events this weekend, next weekend we've got Arm Sports Entertainment, Washington State and Washington State. They've got a couple of super matches, I believe. And we've got the, what's it called? The Chris Kringle pool, Coach Ray and Devon Larratt. So might see if they want to come on the show and talk a bit of shit about their match. Auden's got 2 matches. So, you know, everyone's begging for new blood. Well, the next 2 weekends before East versus West, you can go and find your new favorite arm wrestler. Go watch the Monster Factory. Go watch the Major Arm Wrestling Championships. Go watch Arm Sports Entertainment Washington State Championship. Go watch the Chris Kringle pool. You want to see and find some new talent? Well, it literally a buffet of it over the next couple of weekends. And I am going to do my best to watch them all because it'll be fun. Because arm wrestling's arm wrestling. Sometimes the UFC put on shit matches. Sometimes you watch crap games of basketball. But then when I go watch college basketball and they're bangers, or I go watch it in my local town hall fight night, there's some crackers there. So yeah, it's gonna be great. So really good finish of the year. The next 3 weekends. Don't go anywhere. The next 3 weekends, don't go anywhere because we got arm wrestling. Yeah, and I'm trying to be quiet about a few other things because a few things have pissed me off. But in saying that, I'm going to playgroup. I'm going to go hang out with my girls. Oh, there you go, James Clark. Nanny Bros Strength Wars is December 6th as well. Okay. No idea what that is, James, but send me a link. Because I'm all for it. Marcio Barbosa's on the card. Okay. Okay. I like it. Beautiful. Good luck to everyone having events. You guys are the best. Got a bit going on, especially if this meeting I got a little bit later happens. I'm very excited for that. But you guys are the best. Thank you for always supporting the Aussie Arm Wrestler. It means a lot. I'm out of here, guys. Just be happy wherever you are around the world. Just keep smiling. Be happy. And I'll speak to you soon.